Hello everyone, and welcome to the Ukraine Will Win channel. Today we're diving deep into the current state of the battlefield, and the narrative is clear. Ukraine is increasingly dictating the terms of engagement. Despite the immense challenges and the sheer scale of the conflict, Ukrainian forces are demonstrating remarkable adaptability, strategic brilliance, and an unbreakable will to defend their homeland. The initiative is shifting, and we're seeing it happen in real time. Let's start with the technological edge. Ukraine has masterfully integrated Western-supplied advanced weaponry with its own innovative domestic defense industry. Systems like HIMARS, Storm Shadow missiles, and Patriot air defense batteries have been game changers, allowing for precise, long-range strikes that disrupt Russian logistics, command centers, and troop concentrations deep behind the front lines. Every successful strike on an ammunition depot or key bridge isn't just a tactical victory. It's a strategic move that starves the frontline Russian forces of the resources they need to sustain offensive operations. This forces them into a reactive, defensive posture, constantly guessing where the next blow will land. But it's not just about high-tech imported gear. Ukraine's own ingenuity is a massive force multiplier. The proliferation of FPV drones, or first-person view drones, has revolutionized modern warfare. These are not just reconnaissance tools anymore. Ukrainian operators, often funded by crowdfunding and civilian volunteers, have turned these small, agile drones into incredibly effective precision weapons. They can hunt individual tanks, target artillery positions, and even intercept other drones. This distributed, low-cost, high-impact approach creates a level of battlefield transparency and lethality that larger, more conventional armies struggle to counter. It's a testament to the Ukrainian spirit of innovation and making the most of every available resource. Now let's talk about strategy on the ground. Instead of getting bogged down in costly head-on assaults against heavily fortified Russian lines, Ukrainian commanders are employing a strategy of active defense and asymmetrical warfare. They are masters of probing attacks, identifying weaknesses, and launching swift, targeted operations to exploit them. We've seen this in the south, near Kherson, and in the east around Bakhmut. Ukraine isn't just trying to hold ground. It's constantly pressuring the Russian forces, forcing them to redeploy troops and resources, stretching their lines thin and creating vulnerabilities elsewhere. This strategy keeps the enemy off balance and prevents them from consolidating their gains or launching their own large-scale offensives. Another crucial element of Ukraine's control is its superior battlefield intelligence. With support from its international partners and its own sophisticated reconnaissance capabilities, including satellite imagery and electronic warfare, Ukraine has a much clearer picture of Russian movements, positions, and intentions. This information advantage is critical. It allows for more effective targeting, better defensive planning, and the ability to anticipate and counter Russian moves before they even happen. Russia, on the other hand, is increasingly operating in the dark, struggling with command and control issues, and unable to protect its assets from Ukraine's well-informed strikes. Let's look at the Black Sea, which has become a powerful example of Ukraine's ability to turn the tide. At the start of the war, the Russian Black Sea Fleet seemed invincible, imposing a blockade and threatening the Ukrainian coast. But through a combination of clever tactics, anti-ship missiles like the Neptune, and the relentless use of naval drones, Ukraine has systematically dismantled that naval dominance. The sinking of the flagship Moskva was a turning point, but the campaign didn't stop there. Ukraine has successfully pushed the Russian fleet back from its shores, reopening vital grain corridors, and conducting daring strikes on naval bases in occupied Crimea. They have effectively achieved sea denial without a traditional navy, a truly historic military accomplishment that demonstrates how a smaller, more agile force can outwit a larger adversary. The morale factor cannot be overstated. Ukrainian soldiers are fighting to defend their families, their homes, and their nation's very existence. Their motivation is sky high, and their resilience is legendary. They have the full support of the Ukrainian people and a significant portion of the international community. In stark contrast, reports continue to surface about low morale, poor leadership, and logistical nightmares within the Russian ranks. This difference in fighting spirit is a powerful, intangible asset for Ukraine. A motivated soldier who knows what they're fighting for will always have an advantage over one who doesn't. This high morale translates into better performance, greater initiative on the battlefield, and an unwillingness to ever give up. Furthermore, Ukraine's air defense network has become increasingly robust and effective. Initially, there were fears that Russia's superior air force would quickly establish air supremacy. That never happened, thanks to a layered and mobile air defense system, combining older Soviet-era systems with modern Western ones like the Patriot and Iris-T. Ukraine has made its skies incredibly dangerous for Russian aircraft. They continue to shoot down jets, helicopters, and a huge number of cruise missiles and drones aimed at civilian infrastructure. This protects Ukrainian cities, allows its ground forces to operate with less fear from above, and denies Russia a key component of its military doctrine. Controlling the sky above your own territory is a fundamental part of controlling the battlefield. Looking ahead, the strategy is becoming clearer. By degrading Russian logistics, destroying high-value assets, and maintaining constant pressure along the vast front line, Ukraine is setting the conditions for future breakthroughs. This is a war of attrition, but not in the traditional sense. It's an attrition of Russian capability and will. Ukraine is fighting smarter, not just harder. It's leveraging its strengths, flexibility, innovation, intelligence, and morale against Russia's weaknesses, rigid doctrine, poor logistics, and low motivation. The goal is to make the Russian occupation so costly, so untenable, that their forces will have no choice but to retreat. Every successful drone strike, every intercepted missile, and every meter of liberated land is part of this larger strategy. Ukraine is demonstrating to the world that it is not just a victim. It is a formidable military power that is actively shaping the outcome of this war. The initiative has shifted, and with continued support and its own unwavering resolve, Ukraine is in a position to control its destiny on the battlefield. The path to victory is long and difficult, but the direction of travel is becoming more and more clear. Ukraine is not just defending, it is advancing, adapting, and winning the strategic battle. Thank you for watching. The fight for freedom continues, and it's important we all stay informed and supportive. If you found this analysis helpful, please like this video, subscribe to Ukraine Will Win, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our future updates. Your support helps us continue to bring you the real story from the front lines. Slava Ukrainis!